What's up, Riders Nation? I'm out in Warminster, PA. The Bike Experience USA. What these guys do here is just amazing. They get disabled motorcyclists back on the bike. It's completely free. It's a non-profit organization. There's nothing but volunteers here, all trying to make a difference to those that were disabled in the motorcycle community. If you can afford to do it, donate to them or come volunteer at one of their events. Help your brothers and sisters out in the motorcycle community. Let's cue the intro and get to the video.
I'm Mike PETROSINI, the president and founder of the Bike Experience USA. We're an organization designed to get disabled riders back up on a motorcycle for the first time after an injury. We started in 2016 after I found the original Bike Experience over in England. It's grown since then. We have a race team. We've now we've joined the collaboration with the Ride Again Foundation. So after you ride with the Bike Experience the first time, you'll get a certificate and we'll be able to go do track days with the Ride Again Foundation to perpetuate your riding. We do have racers that go out there. We had a race team. We ran a 4-hour endurance relay series with N2 in 2022. We won the series with 4 disabled, paralyzed riders against able-bodied teams. Our goal here is to give riders the freedom back again, is also to bring volunteers and people in to show what our disabled riders are capable of. And it also brings communities together. It brings people back in, or brings people into the fold who may have never dealt with somebody with a disability before. It's just a freeing thing for everybody. It's a community that keeps growing. We're hoping to have equipment in the central part of the U.S. soon and in California. We're working on that. Those are goals that we have. Of course, we're always trying to upgrade our equipment. I alter most of the bikes. We'd start everybody on our automatic bikes. Depending on your disability, we've been able to adapt the bike in almost every circumstance. We've had stroke victims come in. We've been able to get them back up on a bike. We find that brain injuries take a little more, but there's a will, there's a way. We'll work on it. Every rider here's goal for the day is different, depending on their experience, depending on where they hope to go in the future. But we give them the opportunity to realize that they can ride again. And so we just need to know what the disability is, and we can, if we have the equipment, we adapt whatever bike's needed. We don't charge riders anything to do this. This is done strictly because a lot of our riders are on, on fixed incomes, what have you. This is all done through private funding, private donations. We supply all the equipment, the leathers, the helmets, the gloves, all that stuff. Your obligation as a rider is just to show up. We're hoping to expand to be able to fly more riders in from across the country to some of our events. Donate, you can go to the website, www.TBEXUSA. Donate to the Ride Again Foundation as well. The Ride Again Foundation is, again, it's a collaboration between Apex Riding Academy, Titanium S1000, and a gentleman named Penny. Go to our website, there's a donate button there, and all your donations are tax deductible. We also take donations sometimes in equipment. We've had bikes donated. Those are in-kind donations. You get a tax write-off for the value of the vehicle or the value of the equipment you send. All of our leathers and equipment have been donated from racers that I've known over the years. Without that, we couldn't pull this off. So
we're going to do our best to make it a little easier for you guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cheers.
All right, guys, you heard them. We need equipment, we need motorcycles, and like every other nonprofit organization, they need money. So please consider going to one of their 2 websites and donating. $1, $5, $20, $50. Do your part. If you ride a motorcycle, this could be you. That's why I say at the end of every video, stay safe. Let's give back to our community.
So we've got a total of how many survivors here today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I want to do is have all of you survivors come up here real quick so we want to assign you all a team of volunteers. So come on over. Don't be shy. Just don't know your rider. This is your rider for the day. That means help getting on the bike, off the bike, launching, catching, watching the rider on the course, okay? Because once the afternoon comes, we're going to have riders out here on the course doing laps and circles, and when they get tired, whenever they come in, we need to make sure we know they're coming out, okay? Familiarize yourself with your rider's disability, all right? Know what's going on. We start every single person out here on our automatic motorcycles, the twist and go. We want to take the clutch out of the equation at first. We want to keep all that brain space, okay? Going to go over the bikes real quick so you know a little bit about them. The automatic bike that are twist and go,
I'm trying to help
they have this little lever here. It's an emergency brake. The hardest part of the day for all the riders is getting the launching and the catching down. Okay, once we've got that down, the rest is great. Okay, and we'll give you a tour of that. So this is an automatic bike. We have some bikes that are geared bikes, and we'll probably set up this one with another geared setup. These have electronic shifters, right? We call it electronic foot. It's a pingle shifter. It's got buttons on the handlebars. You're done riding with us today. Okay, you will now be eligible to ride again with the Ride Again Foundation at the track. Okay, so what the Ride Again Foundation is doing is taking the initial training and then giving you all a place to ride after the fact, giving you more community, both online and in ride outs in different cities, what have you. But you're going to track days with the Ride Again Foundation, you'll have to have this certificate. That way when we get to the track day, we're not doing training, we're getting people right out on the track, okay? Today's big emphasis is to get you comfortable back on a motorcycle so you realize that you can do it. A couple things I will say, momentum is your friend when it comes to riding these bikes. So, any motorcycle, once it's going 10 miles an hour, it's balanced. The most dangerous time on a motorcycle for the most part is that 0 to 10 miles an hour, that slow speed stuff. So when I say, like Eli, momentum is your friend, we don't need to go like hell, but we need to get the bike going. Probably the most important thing, and this goes for any motorcyclist out there, but the biggest thing as a motorcyclist you can do, eyes up. You have to look where you're going. You will go where you look. If you look at a hazard you don't want to run into, you're going to run into it, okay? It's one of those things. So you'll hear me constantly, eyes up, eyes up. I want your eyes forward. When you start track riding, you'll find out, if you go track riding, you'll find out that the farther you can look ahead in a corner, the slower everything happens.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Kevin from Apex Riding Academy, giving you a lowdown of what I do inside this trailer. I help coach new and novice riders about body position, even expert. Everybody could use more training. What we do is we get on the simulator, practice proper riding position, and how to shift our weight back and forward on the bike with all live feedback. So when you give it throttle, it'll take you from a lean back up to neutral position as centrifugal force naturally would. When you hit the front brakes, and it'll pull the front of the bike down. So it's really the best way to train in complete safety without distractions. I'm doing here today to help handicap riders get back on two wheels. I work with the Bike Experience, Titanium's 1000, Street Riders, and myself. We are the Ride Again Foundation. We find and help disabled riders get back on two wheels. It does not matter their injury, ranging from complete spinal cord injury, completely paralyzed in a wheelchair, to amputated leg, amputated arm. It does not matter. What we do is, their first step is onto the simulator, really shake their fear of how they're going to ride again, their limitations, how far they can lean, how they're going to get back up. If I lean this way, does it hurt me? So it's really the foundation of them getting back on two wheels. It brings them confidence, shakes their fear, and I tell them that this is the hardest part of their journey. We supply everything. We supply bikes, simulator, gear, boots, gloves. So anything that people have laying around as far as donations wise, please let us know. Send it in because we could definitely use it. ApexRiding.com, TheBikeExperienceUSA.com, StreetRidersRacing.com, and TitaniumTough.com. You can contact us on any of those free websites or on our social media at the same exact thing. And this is the long right hook, so stay in it, my brother. The double apex, stay in it, stay in it. Right? We got a long left sweep. Count it, Chris. Count it. All right, you're gonna go lead to your right. Stay in it until you see your exit. There you go. There you go, Chris. Left, right. Left, right.
I gotta go help.
Yep. Woo. Your left. Bottom left foot sides. To your right. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Hell yeah, Chad. No gas to your right.
My name is Chad McCaddy. I'm 51 this year. In 2021, I was in a motorcycle accident. The accident was my fault. I was distracted, music loud in my helmet, and I was coming home from a trip. I had two teenagers at home, and I hadn't seen them for 4 days, so I didn't know if there was food in the refrigerator or if they burned the house down to the ground. I was on a Suzuki Hayabusa. I went through the first corner. It was a long, sweeping right-hand corner, and I couldn't hear the sound of the bike, so I didn't have that sense of how fast I was going. I was leaning into the corner, and I came into the second corner, and I was too fast. I entered into the corner wrong. I was low in the apex instead of high and then braking low. I was turning the bike so hard and leaning it so far that the foot pegs were coming up on the right-hand side. And I'd never turned the bike that far before, but I knew I had to. I was coming up on a split in the median where it went from grass to gravel, and I was going to hit the gravel, and I didn't want to slide out. So I righted the bike just for a second to get over the gravel and back into the turn, and it wasn't enough. Little target fixation at the ends, and I slapped the barrier wall at an angle and pinched my left leg below the knee in between the motorcycle and the barrier wall. I was thrown over the barrier wall, got a quick glimpse of my leg, which all I saw was what looked like hamburger and split denim, and went over the wall, over the breakdown lane, tumbled through the slow lane, and my body came to rest with my feet facing the fast lane, and I was in the trucker's fast lane. At that point, I didn't hear anything else. I heard a voice in my head said, "Move now." And I couldn't walk. I knew I couldn't walk. I rolled over onto my chest, started pumping my arms, army crawled to the side of the road, and I knew immediately that I had to stop the bleeding. It was that bad. And I unbuckled my belt, and I had sprained my wrist. That was the only injury above my waist that I had. And I couldn't pull the belt out of the loops. So at that time, there was a lot of tunnel vision, and I kind of saw a shadow come over me, and I heard a man's voice, and he said, "What can I do for you, bud?" And I said, "Help me get my belt off. I need a tourniquet in my leg so I don't bleed to death." So he pulled my belt off, and this is the funny part for me. He gave it to me. I'm the injured guy, and he gave it to me. I was a volunteer firefighter at the time, so I knew what I needed to do. So I strapped it off, tightened it up, and I told him to hold it and don't let go. First responders came, police officer, actually, Cesar Garcia was his name, Fulton County Police Department. He showed up and he threw a tourniquet on my leg. I woke up sometime later and I was pissed off because I was in an MRI machine and I'm not a little person. Man's face came into view, and he said to me, "Mr. Addy," he said, "we're going to emergency surgery right now, and you're probably going to wake up without your leg." I was already understanding that it probably wasn't going to be okay, that I wasn't going to walk on it again. I'm 28 days in the hospital and I think 9 surgeries. I knew that this is the beginning of a new journey and I didn't know how it was going to go. And I had a lot of questions. I started reaching out on Instagram and doing searches on the internet, just trying to find out anything because I didn't know how I was going to walk again. I didn't know what kind of leg I needed. I didn't know how it was going to work out. You know, I had a lot of questions and I started just asking people on the internet. And my biggest thing is people need to understand you're not the first one to go through this. You have to reach out and you have to talk to people. There's people, like I found the Bike Experience USA online, just by chance, just looking. And today's the first time I'm gonna ride. It's a little scary because it's something new. I'm a rider since I was a kid. One of the things I told somebody a long time ago, you don't live life in fear, because if you live life in fear, you're not truly living life. You can wrap yourself up in bubble wrap and stay at home on the couch and say, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. Or you can change your frame of mind and you can say, I can't do it the way I used to. Let's figure out how I could do it now. You may have to fall down a couple times. So I can't tell you how many times I've fallen down, but I keep on getting back up. So here I am, almost 51 years old, and I'm getting on a motorcycle again.
This motorcycle can be controlled completely by the front end. All right. So I'm going to be talking to the rider. The idea here is when Kevin's ready to go, we'll take him off the stand. Somebody will be holding on to the back of the motorcycle. I want to see your eyes up the whole time. So we have a captain that's going to be standing down there at the other end. What I'll do is I'll step aside and let him just ride away. And you're ready. Don't mess with your friend. He pulls up. He's going to blow. You guys come in from the side. Catch him. And the back.
Okay, so you like, you know the difference?
I put him under the bike.
No, just no. We don't want to catch him to the bike in any way. We just want to keep his knees in.
You got that side? Leg? You got that leg over there?
We need bungees, right?
Some of that bag.
Strap it.
The pants. Yep, that's the problem. Pants are sometimes
He does have a crotch still, guys, so be careful.
It's just the pants I can't.
Wow.
I can't get it up that high.
All right, so we got to put that leg in that thing, right?
Yep. Perfect. Good.
He's working.
My name is Fred. I had my motorcycle accident in April of 23. I lost my leg. I came out here, actually my wife found this place, never thinking that I would be able to go back on a motorcycle. And I was sadly mistaken. It's an exhilarating feeling, the camaraderie that we have with vendors, with riders, with the trainers, the mechanics, was such an awesome feeling. Again, I would have never thought that I would be back on a motorcycle, but I did. As I was going through the course, I did shed a tear because, again, this was not in my foreseeable future. After this course, the future is looking very, very bright. And for those of you that have said before that they'll never be able to get back on a bike, you surely can. Great experience. Thank you to everybody that's been here. Thank you to everybody that supported this foundation. Thank you.
My name is Joseph, aka Titanium, and we are at the Bike Experience event.
This event is for anybody who has lost their arm, lost their leg, whatever disability that you feel like you might have. We have bikes modified and set up for you to come here and ride again. I have lost my legs in a motorcycle accident, and it was more than that. I actually broke my neck, lost my spleen, shattered my private area, lost the feet. It was very intense. I did 45 days in the hospital, and I want you to know that if you are there right now, or if you're doing this, if you see this video, whenever you see this video and you're there right now, please reach out. The page is Titanium S1000, or you can reach out to the Ride Again Foundation. What the Ride Again Foundation is, we take you from this event, we put you on a track where it's extra safe, and you get to spin some laps. Don't worry about the cost, don't worry about the suits. I myself, I make custom suits. We'll get you designed. We'll have a call conversation. We'll talk about what colors you like, where your pain points are, and we'll build that suit so you can come here comfortably and come to the track. We'll give you gauntlet gloves. We'll have helmets for you, and we'll give you a place to tell your story. This is a place where you can call your family. Anytime you're injured, anytime you feel like you want to ride again, this is the foundation for you. This is the place for you, and we look forward to seeing you.
It was a great day today. It really was. I want to say thank you to Apex Training Academy. Special shout out to Fred, to Chad, both participants today, to Joe. Joe's an amazing guy. Titanium 1000 on Instagram. Go check him out. Follow him. Come on, guys. Let's all get together and help these people out. Until next time, it's important. Stay safe and live the dream.